lots and lots of kids.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Oh wait, no, you haven't.
I did.
Oh, there it is. There, no, it is there. It's there now. I'm just saying it wasn't there then. It's there now, but it wasn't there then. That's all I was saying. Yay, it's us.
Thank you for the picture.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
I always have that
That's an
handy.
old one too, though.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to send me a
it's
different
the go-to.
one.
No, it's a go-to. It's fine. It is good, and I appreciate you. I can see Carol's cat. It's gonna be weird though, because you're not gonna be able to see my face and like make visual cues and stuff. But I'm sorry, I'm exhausted.
She's flipping us off while we can't see. I know it.
Well, just raise your hand when
at
you want to
least one
talk,
of
and it'll
you.
be fine.
Hey,
I can't believe you are flipping off her cat. My goodness, who just knocked over a cup.
well,
Carol, Kitty knocked over a cup.
I'm used to it.
Will you please?
No,
No, you cannot have Diet
I
Coke.
will not.
Can't have. Look, I know you're tubby. But you can't have Diet Coke.
have you heard people call Diet Coke a fridge cigarette?
No.
I truly believe it.
I have not heard.
They
those
call it a
words at all.
fridge cigarette because you just like really need it. You go get a fridge
Let's
cigarette.
go get a fridge cigarette.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really got to move everything off this laptop.
Never heard that before. Is the laptop struggling?
Relatively new trend.
It's not when I plug up to use the second monitor. This one just doesn't do it.
Hmm.
You know, the delete button doesn't work. There's several things that don't work. It just, it's still here, and it's this old beat up horse thing. But yeah, I guess I got to move it to the new computer because now I got like last week. I'm like, hey, here's the screen with all the sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, we need that.
You know what? That's right. I need to do that real quick. Thinking about it. Right, so I got to make this big because stupid thing. So there's that. And let's put you all back. Stop it. God freaking, what are you doing? Oh my Jesus God, stop.
I think we need that button.
Okay.
Probably this one here. Not
No,
that one, though.
You're drawing things.
Yeah, I'm just drawing on the screen.
I know.
And then this
Do
one.
you hear this?
Definitely. Yep, can hear it.
Okay.
Definitely not that one. That one. I normally don't get to see it because I slide it over here so it's not on screen. Forget what how that looks.
Looks
Wow.
like a poopy monster.
Yeah, sound show.
I want to see something, but oh well.
All
I'll
right.
just deal with it.
Okay.
That's weird. That's so weird because, like, I see it when I bring up, the sound show with all the buttons.
Mm-hmm.
I see all of your marks.
Let me erase them.
Oh,
There we
okay. You had Muppets Phenomena circled.
Don't want you to throw you off. Just like instinctively, you're like, that one's circled. What? No.
The hell? The holy hell? Where's? Hold it. Oh yeah, this. Okay, that button. Okay, good. All right, that makes sense. All right. So whenever you're ready, let me know.
Good to go.
I'm ready.
Cool.
Do this thing.
Are you ready for Dragon Con? Why the hell not? It's GRD Sweekly. Hi everybody.
Because it shouldn't be Dragon Con time already.
I know, but
Well, we got like another show before Dragon Con, so.
we do. It doesn't matter though, because right now you're still finishing up a costume or two, so maybe you'll have it done by the next show. I doubt it, because things get a little weird that way. But hi everybody, welcome to a Geek Radio Daily episode number
360.
66.
There it is.
Hey, we're live from GeekRadioDaily.com. Thanking you for stopping by and having fun and whatnot. The folks that are going to be bringing you the show. Oh, by the way, happy Sailor Moon Day, everybody. The woman who makes sure that you keep things up to date. It's the Flinstress.
There isn't anything on that tape that shouldn't be there. Remember the ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. That's gone, right?
The lady who enjoys places. It's Carol the Cat.
This must be where they sacrifice virgins.
Oh.
God, I miss Jack.
The man who likes his things a certain way. It's podcasting's Rich Secret.
I'll have a Coke.
Do you want that in the can?
No, have it right here.
And I'm the guy who can sound smart at times. I'm the wonderful Billy Flynn.
The pyramidal tracks are
Something happened.
I had a lot to say. What happened there, Geeky?
Okay. The audio cut out just a little bit on the end of your intro, but that's okay. Hey everybody. So you'll see that I don't have like a picture Can you hear
No,
me?
you have a picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a
picture, but
picture
you don't
instead
have
of my
video.
actual face. I just don't have an actual video because I'm extremely exhausted. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna try really hard to like enunciate and make it through the whole show because I was in charge of like a major event at work today. It was like bring your kids to work day, but it's not where you just bring them and you like take them to your office. We had like 15 different activities where they would learn about the business with like a book that we made and like balloons and so many things. I did over 20,000 steps today. I am mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted, but it was
But
awesome. And honestly, like, what were you going to say, Flynn?
on a good note, all those kids are now unpaid interns.
Right. Well, it was funny because Mel, so I couldn't bring her with me today. So I took her to one on Monday. One of the other offices did their kids at work, and okay, there was a little lame compared to ours, but whatever. It was good. It was serviceable. But we had like we're the headquarters. We had swag. We had representation from almost every group. We had cybersecurity. We had renewable energy, and in the opening video we talk about the different like sources of energy. Obviously we use mostly natural gas. We also have a little bit of coal still left around, and then wind, solar. We actually also do like methane. We're exploring like methane. So in the video they have this
I
pig
bet
that
you do.
farts. Every kid just like cracks up laughing because the pig farted. And I went around basically carrying around this like bag of swag all day, and I'd be like, pop quiz kid, what'd you learn today? And like probably half the kids were like, you use pig farts for energy. Great.
None of them said shoot the hostage.
Nice.
You got to preface it with,
Oh.
"What do you do, hot shot?" I believe.
There we
Yeah.
go.
But it was wonderful and they really liked it. I got a ton of compliments, but I'm just like super tired. But it was great. Like I've never had an event go so well. Like all the volunteers showed up and just were good and like did their thing. Like almost 50 volunteers were just great. And then even the little things that I forgot, we were able to like pivot and make it work. It was just like, whew. So like I said, I overdid it, but it was really, really great. And the kids really liked it.
That's awesome.
And we had like line workers. We had like all the gear they could try on with the hard hats and stuff. I worked for the power company for y'all don't know. So that was fun. And let's see what else.
Monkeys.
So we're not going to Dragon Con, but we know some friends that are,
Yep.
and they 3D printed a bunch of cool stuff and gave us some of the prototypes.
Ooh.
So like, there's this whole like carpet cult. You know this with like people who get together and like make stuff with the pattern of the Marriott carpet. It was a very distinctive pattern. I think they've even changed it since then. Maybe they
Yeah.
changed it back, but
Yeah.
there's this whole like so he 3D printed, and I'm gonna have to take some pictures and like put them in the shows because I don't feel like getting up and going to get it and showing you and everything unless Flynn wants to do that. But there's like a badge ribbon that's like the Marriott carpet logo. There's like he's printed these like dragons that go around the badge and it looks like they're hugging it. He is 3D printed. He not 3D printed, but he made a badge ribbon that says on it, I pick stuff up off the ground. And so what he does is he just like drops them around and then kind of like sits down in those big like atriums and watches people pick them up and look at their face and the reaction of them
That's
picking up the
fantastic.
badge ribbons
Off the
and
ground.
just laughing. And then he also does like ribbon exchange stuff. He's been 3D printing a ton of stuff. You're familiar at the lions, of the poop lions that everybody calls them. So there's these like
Mhm.
there's like the lion statues,
Yeah.
Yes.
but the poop lions, they're basically an artistic interpretation of
Lions pooping.
a lion. So it looks like kind of a little bit. That's the joke, because it's the poop lions. But if you're also familiar with like the when the Scottish came to the USA for the World Cup, they were putting traffic cones on everything. It was kind of like a thing they
Mhm.
do. So my friend has 3D printed a bunch of poop lions with traffic cones on their heads, and they basically like and then also probably like hundreds of these tiny little cones that they're then just gonna hide all over DragonCon. People just leave like trinkets and stuff for people to find.
So litter.
It's like
Okay.
the world's easiest, but 3D printed cool geeky litter.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
it's
sometimes
geeky geocaching.
Right, I was gonna say it's geocaching without any of the actual work. You just look down and go, "Ooh, here's a prize."
Hey, I picked
Thanks,
things up
geek.
off the floor. Hey.
So sometimes people will put like QR codes on them, or like, "Hey, join this Facebook group," or that kind of stuff, right? Or sometimes it's just he made this cool like basically whiteboard thing, but it's surrounded by cool geeky stuff, or maybe it's the pattern of the carpet. I can't remember. For like, and he's gonna give them to some of like the celebrities when he goes to their table, so they could use it as like a name sign or what, like put write anything they want on. I don't know, just a bunch of like really cool creative stuff. And 3D printing, y'all, has come a long way. I used to do it like a couple of years ago at the high school, but he has one that can like change the color of the filament as it's going,
Oh
and
wow.
like I'm like, oh, this is nice. I mean, he's always been like one of those geek nerds with money who has like drones and like all kinds of random just like shit. He doesn't have a boat. That's our other friend. But yeah, he's been 3D printing like all this like super cool stuff. So okay. And then he had some that said Dragon Con 40 on there. So this is the 40th Dragon Con, right? This is the 40th time they have done Dragon Con. Makes sense, right?
Hmm?
But he almost he may get into a fist fight at DragonCon because they're like, the blood donation people put a post out that said with their t-shirt for the year, and it said DragonCon 40th anniversary.
Oh no.
Oh no, right? Because if you think about it, right, your first anniversary
Mhm.
is the commemoration of the second time you've had the thing. So this huge nerd war broke out online where people are like, it's the 40th anniversary or it's the 40th Dragon Con. And so if somebody is loudly going, Happy 40th anniversary, and he rolls up and he's like, well, actually, it's the 40th Dragon Con, I'm like, man, how heated is this going to get IRL? Because online, it is already, there are so many people who have like commented on this dumb post. Now, I'm on the record that 40th Dragon Con is not the same as 40th anniversary, and that next year would be the 40th anniversary. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, people are arguing, well, language changes over time. Anniversary doesn't just mean one thing or
Yes, but
whatever, whatever,
the
whatever.
dictionary specifically states.
Anyway, so it has been quite the thing online with her friend, but it's so
Or
funny. And
or if I may, this was intentional because if everybody's punching each other, that means more blood is flowing for the
Yeah.
American Red Cross.
That's
Nice.
right. They just sit there with little
true,
sponges.
Hmm.
very true. So, but
Or
yeah,
we
happy
cannot be pedantic
40th Dragon Con.
assholes over something that's a good cause.
That's right.
Right, right, right. But
Yeah,
like,
but
if you think about it, now it's 40th, and then you can sell that merch, and then next year you can sell 40th anniversary merch. There you go.
ding ding ding.
Dragon Con.
And all the
Oh,
40s
yeah,
you
what
don't
it's really
sell,
about is money.
you can
It's
add
money D
TH
for
and anniversary, to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
exactly.
go.
yeah. Anyway, so I hope our friends have a really good time at Dragon Con. And good for them. It's crowded, but I mean, you could just there's no place like the merch room at a place like that. There's no place where you can see that amount. I mean, except for like the Geekery Market plugging what
We're
you
not
you
that
know what
big.
you put, but it's still. But see, but
Still.
there is a thing I think is too big, right?
Yes.
The
And
because
that
like
would be
sometimes what's cool about the dealer con at some of these big the dealer room at the like something like Dragon Con is that like you see all this like unique handmade cool geeky stuff that you could maybe find on Etsy, but you're actually seeing IRL, right? As
Yeah.
opposed to like Awesome Con and MegaCon are just like the same like t-shirt booth over and over again, and
Funko
sometimes
Pops.
you'll see. Right, and Funko Pops. So sometimes you'll see a real artisan who's really making stuff and trying to sell it, but they're just so drowned out by the noise. But Dragon Con, I just feel like is not as bad in that it's got more. It's still got some of that, but it's not as
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, let's see what else. Oh, so we're still working our way through Veronica Mars. We're in the second season. We haven't watched as much of it because we also were traveling. So this past weekend, Mel and I and friends of the show, your mom Shrilla, and I don't know whatever he goes by now,
Techno
Techno Guru
Guru.
maybe, or anyway, um we watched the television show Welcome to Wrexham, and I think I've talked about this before. It's like Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney bought a Welsh football team, and then have helped them like promote up through the ranks. So they did a U.S. tour. So they played a game in New York, one in Tampa. I don't remember where else, and then one in Philadelphia. So we got tickets and we went to go see the game in Philadelphia, and we actually got like a selfie with two of the former players who are like famous and on the show, and
Ooh,
we got to like meet a couple of the other people that were like actually on the TV show, which is kind of cool. They had this huge fan zone, like all kinds of fun stuff to do, games and activities. It was hot, but it was really really fun. And so we made a weekend of it, and it was geeky because we did like all of the historical like touristy stuff like that we could. So we did um like the Liberty Bell. But so here's the if you haven't been to the Liberty Bell, listeners or people here on the podcast, I don't know if y'all have done it, you can go up and you can get kind of close to it, but there's always a line. But it's in a glass or plexiglass like hut house thing. So you could just walk right up and look in the window and it's like, okay, cool,
mhm.
there it is. And or you could stand they like an amusement park, they had one of those things where it was like from here it's about 15 minutes to get in or whatever. So it wasn't like the worst line ever, but we didn't stay in line. We just looked through the window and was like, cool, there it is. But we went in like Independence Hall and we like walked around. We had a cheesesteak. We saw where Ben Franklin's grave is. Everybody puts pennies on it because, you know, a penny
Because
saves
he's on the
to be
penny.
earned.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a bunch of Ben Franklin stuff. We happened to you ever go and you're doing historical stuff and a tour is nearby. And so you like make an excuse to kind of like tie your shoe or like kind of hang out near the tour for a little bit because you're listening to what the tour guide is saying, but you don't want to actually like pay for the whole
Pay for the
tour.
tour.
But right.
Penny
But
saved
then
is
they
a
were
penny
like, "Oh,
earned.
we're going right. Ben Franklin wouldn't have been a hater." And so like he the tour guide or she was like, "Okay, and now we're going to go and see the printing press." And so we kind of hung back a little, looked at some stuff in the courtyard, and then we followed them into where the printing press was. And this was not exclusive to the tour. This is something they just do periodically, but they have people who are trained in like the old-timey art of printing pressing of how they were doing it back in the
Mm.
day and was actually like printed some stuff and was showing stuff to the kids. It was awesome. And all of everybody was into it, all the adults, all the kids. I actually knew this, but they were talking about like uppercase versus lowercase and how from printing is how we kind of got that terminology
Mm-hmm.
because the capital letters were in the top drawer and the lowercase letters were down below, but it also was sorted by size. It was cool. It was really cool. And then they had this little Ben Franklin museum. It was only like $5. It wasn't a lot, but I love when they actually have like stuff that the people used, right? Like he sat in
Mm.
this chair, and this one also had like how they had come by it. Like it was like his housekeeper's daughter's family inherited the chair and that's how they got it or whatever it was. But Ben Franklin was also like loved squirrels, was like a super fan of squirrels. They called them skugs back in the days. And so all around the museum, each one of the sections had like a themed squirrel like display. Um and so that was funny because my daughter and our friend are both also super into squirrels, going through the squirrel phase. We were counting how many squirrels we could find. They did this whole thing where they were switching songs, like instead of Material Girl, Material Squirrel. Yeah. Thankfully I wasn't in the car for that game. But
Squirrels just want to have fun.
yep, all of them.
Squirrel,
Who
squirrel,
runs the
squirrels.
world? Squirrels. Right. So
Squirrel,
yeah,
you'll
you
be a
could.
woman soon.
Yes, I don't think that one was on the list, but maybe I don't know. But no, we had a really good time. Oh, and of course, we went to the Rocky Stairs, so we did that as well. So
Yeah.
realizing we're about 5 minutes from the Rocky Stairs, and I'm like, Mel has zero context for this. So I pull up just like the clip from the training montage, like where he's getting ready for the fight and doing all of that and running through the whole city of Philadelphia and then ending up. So that way she could at least like sort of appreciate the perseverance aspect of it. So her and I run up the stairs. This is after a long day of sightseeing. And I was like, and then they have this big statue of Rocky and there was like a line and you could take your picture with the statue. So we definitely did that. And then she caught a second wind after some ice cream and ran down and ran back up. So that was pretty fun. And I was going, and I took a video on her phone, and I was like, if you post that anywhere, first of all, ask me first, because she has to have permission to post things that she's actually in. she can like draw stuff and whatever, but if she's in it, I have to see it first. But anyway, but I was like, don't post it with the audio because I'm like punch drunk at this point. So I'm in the back going, dun, 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 dun,
That's a reason to post it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
and then I'm going like fueled by ice cream, dun, 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 and just like make up like fake lyrics to the whole song. Like
I
I
want
was
to
like,
see
this is
this.
embarrassing.
Right.
You need to
Embarrassing.
send it to me, and I will post it on the YouTube.
Maybe we'll see. But anyway, it was as she was like running up and down the rocky stairs.
That'll get us
That
some
was
people.
basically it. It was not a whole lot of creativity that went into it. Fueled by ice cream. It just works really well. Um, yeah. And I've been reading. I finished Dungeon Crawler Carl, I think, before the last time we talked, so I needed something new. And I started this fantasy, I think it's not finished series, which is going to bother me. But the first one was called The Name of the Wind. And
Oh no. Oh no.
oh no, Carol, no, because he's another George R. R. Martin, so he's never going to finish it,
Yeah,
right?
I see. I truly believe George R. R. Martin has finished A Song of Ice and Fire, and he's just not publishing it until he's gone. Because he doesn't want to deal with those stupid fans. Patrick Rothfuss, I don't think will ever finish that trilogy.
Will ever finish it. Well, I'm just gonna have. I mean, because I think I'm actually gonna just have to be okay with it because I feel like I've read
Yeah.
that somewhere and I know that, and so I think going into it and knowing that it's not ever going to be a complete story, it's just kind of like it's the main character who's narrating it, his own story as he's telling it to like a scribe or a chronicler, and so I'll just be like, well, he just died or whatever. We just don't get to know the
He
end of
died
it.
before the end.
He just died, whatever. So yes, now had I known that
Hippie
before
monster.
I'd started, I would not have started. But I
Yes, those
did
are
find
thick
out.
ass books.
Yeah. So I'm on the second one. I'm reading it Kindle or whatever. But I'm just gonna take what I can get from the story and be okay with it. I think, like I said, I've made my peace with it, but I would not have done that if I had known before. But that's okay. And so now I'm like, does this make the person who recommended it to me shady, or do I just need to now be like, okay, on the one hand, great recommendation. On the other hand,
They
if
might
you
still be
know that a
hopeful.
series is not finished, I want you to filter that out of future recommendations, right? I think that's a reasonable request if you say it the right way,
Mm-hmm.
not like that,
Yeah.
right? But I'm just saying, like, in some ways, you knew me, you got it right on the money. But one thing you didn't realize about me is I don't like that. So don't ever do that to me again. But still, yes, it's an enjoyable story. I think it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Let's see. Oh, we've also watched a couple more episodes of Vampire Lestat, I think, maybe
Yep.
one or two, and yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and be like, that has been my geeky week.
Cool.
Okie dokie. So, been dealing with some lovely plumbing issues because Monday I started a load of laundry and my bathroom flooded. Yay.
Oh
Mm.
no!
So I have some damaged flooring and they're replacing my main line tomorrow. So, uh, I love plumbers.
Oh.
Um,
Replacing my
and
main line could be a good euphemism. Oh baby,
anyway,
it's not as good as laying some pipe.
no, I don't know. That plumber was kind of cute though. I don't know. Anyway,
Could go the other way. I ate something funky, and all of a sudden, my mainland's all backed up.
Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
so between the plumbing issues and going back to the office 3 days a week, I've just been like, yuck.
Going through
People
some stuff. Oh,
going through some stuff. Yes.
Studies.
TV wise, I started a couple of new series because all of my series that I love are done with their seasons. Widow's Bay is done,
Mm.
and Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed is done. So, I started a show called Furious, which stars what's her name? I want to say Emily Blunt, but no, it's Emily Rawson,
Oh,
the one from Phantom of the Opera. She stars as a
Christine.
yeah,
take your word for it.
yeah, yeah. She played Christine.
Okay.
She was also in that horrible 2012 movie where they burned books instead of the furniture in the library, and I kept getting madder and madder and madder. Anyway,
Right?
she starts as a police detective who's looking for a serial killer, and the serial killer targets very evil men, like men who do bad things to women. So She wants to find her, but she doesn't want to find her.
Right.
And that's pretty good. I'm only on like the third episode of that one. And then I just started Ride or Die. And I know Rich will probably talk about this
Mm-hmm.
too, but that's actually really fun. Octavia Spencer and Hannah Waddingham.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who
Oh
is
yeah, she's
very
great. I've been wanting
tall.
to see that. She is very tall.
I just know she towers over everyone in the show.
Big woman,
But
farm girl.
yes, yes. She's an assassin, and Octavia Spencer is her best friend, whose husband wants to be prime minister and has no idea that her best friend is an assassin. And I'm liking it. I only watched the first episode though. They also started the second season of Beef, which is on Netflix. I was okay with the first season. This season is a bit better. It's got Oscar Isaac and Carey Mulligan, starring as two very kind of upper class country club people who have a massive fight one night that is witnessed by a couple of their employees who decide to kind of sort of blackmail them into promoting them at the country club. So this is actually, I'm enjoying the second season. I like it a lot. Movie wise, I went and saw The Odyssey, and it's probably in my top 3 Christopher Nolans. I'm not a huge Christopher Nolan fangirl, uh, but I really enjoyed this, and I will have a full review going up tomorrow. And then I watched Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which I had to like sit on this one a little bit before writing a review, because when I walked out of the theater, I thought it was very good, but it was my least favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man film. It's risen a bit now. It's
Okay.
definitely better than No Way Home. As
Okay.
much as I love Mysterio, it's definitely better than No Way Home. But I do have a big problem with it. And again, I have a review written that'll go up Saturday, and I'll talk about my problem with it there, because I want to save something for the review. Damn.
Yeah, right.
And then
So
because I watched
Cinemistress at something.com, right?
right, yes.
Yes.
And then because I watched 2 really good movies, I decided to watch a really crappy one. So I watched Chum.
Oh, the shark movie.
So a couple get married. It's a destination marriage or destination wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Only they're breaking up. So they're going to have the marriage annulled, like a couple weeks after. And I'm like, first off, I hate these two already, because if I'm paying money to go to your damn destination wedding and you get it
Right?
annulled,
Don't be a fake wedding.
I'm like, yeah, give me my money back.
Or just tell everybody and like say, let's
Yeah,
still all go on vacation.
just cancel the wedding. Just cancel the damn wedding. Anyway, they decide to go, they're trying to hide it from everybody, and them and a couple of their wedding party go on a boat ride with a fisherman whose wife was eaten by a shark.
Okay.
And who has spent 5 years searching for the shark that ate his wife.
Oh God.
And
okay.
he's been like
Wait.
feeding the shark
to
keep it in the waters.
So this is Moby Shark.
It's Moby Shark.
And this time, it's personal.
So for 5 years, he's been chumming the water with various animals and people, but he can't seem to catch the shark or kill the shark. And I'm like, first off, you're a shitty fisherman, dude.
Right?
If you can't catch one shark in 5 years. And 2, they keep blaming the fact that the shark is living in the waters on climate change. And I am a climate change believer, but that shark's there because the damn fisherman's feeding it.
Yes.
It's a pet at this point.
Did you say he's feeding it people?
Yes.
She did.
Yes.
So okay.
Including this wedding party.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Because they go out on a yacht, and then the yacht gets kind of attacked by the shark, and then he happens along and thinks, oh great, I've got chum.
Okay.
It is almost hilariously bad.
Okay.
I will say that about it, but it's terrible. The acting is terrible. The writing is terrible. The shark is terrible.
Were you watching this on terrible movies with terrible people?
No,
or
oddly
people?
not. Oddly no. Oddly no.
Oh.
Because
I was just
Mark's
watching this on my own.
Doing his thing again where he's watching good movies, because this Sunday they're watching Explorers.
I keep trying to watch Yeti, the I can't even remember what the damn tagline for that film is, but yeah, I keep giving them bad movies, and he keeps choosing really good ones.
Yes, and I'm like, that's not the
Yes,
name
it
of your
bombed at
show.
it
And
bombed at
it's,
the box
but
office.
see,
But the problem is,
and I've had this
okay,
argument with him. That doesn't make it a bad movie.
I will say this: we
It's his
did
show. He
In the
can do what
Mouth
he
of
wants.
Madness because Sam Neill passed.
Okay.
So we wanted to honor Sam Neill, and he hasn't made any bad movies. My choice would have been uh,
Dead
The
Calm.
Omen 3.
Oh, yeah, Omen.
Dead Calm is a damn good film.
Well, it was so to hell is In the Mouth of Madness. But
Okay,
yes, Omen
but
3 would have been
Omen 3 would have
closer,
been my choice.
much closer to what he's going for
Yeah,
because it's not a great movie.
no.
I'd go with Jurassic Park.
3? Jurassic Park 3?
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah.
Alan.
The damn phone would not ring in that
Alan.
thing's stomach. So incidentally, going back to the
Well, no,
Odyssey.
it had the vaccine, so it's got the 5G in it, so it works.
Okay, there we go. Going back to the Odyssey.
Ouchie.
Can fans please stop being toxic shits?
No.
Nope.
Well, yeah, because we just got like word that Cooper Hoffman has been cast as Cyclops in the X-Men movie. Cooper Hoffman is Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid, the star of Licorice Pizza.
Hmm.
And fandom is just like he's too ugly.
Damn.
He wears a mask. He wears a mask that covers a good chunk of his face.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like
Big ass glasses and
All I'm picturing is for what was it? Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Fictional people.
Yeah. Helen of Troy didn't exist, everybody. TV. I also have been watching the new Little House on the Prairie.
And arguably, Lupita Nyong is the most beautiful woman alive, man.
Well, she is definitely the most beautiful woman in the movie, and that no slam on Anne Hathaway, but she's in like 5 minutes of it.
Anne Hathaway.
It's and the way he films this movie as being kind of grounded, except for the 30-foot Cyclops.
Right.
Played by Mr. Noodle.
Yes.
Not CGI.
Not CGI. Yes.
Not CGI.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mr. Noodle and a giant puppet.
Stunt woman. Thank you very much.
Yes. But
I know about the.
She does very well with the part, and it makes absolute sense. So
Okay.
Shut up. Don't watch the movie or don't watch the movie. Yeah. So Little House on the Prairie. I'm not liking it.
Aww.
We're going to talk about it on Two Oak Bonnets.
Okay.
It's very Yellowstone.
Little Taylor Sheridan in your
Yeah, I know. Taylor Sheridan just ruined the Western. He just ruined it.
Well, it was about time for that to happen again.
Well,
yeah.
I'm so glad people don't think I did anymore. So.
It's not a terrible show. It's not like bad, but it's not like kitschy funny like the old show. So we can't really make fun of it. It's trying to ground itself in reality, but it's adding a whole bunch of manufactured drama that never happened in real life. So I thought it was going to be a bit more accurate to Laura Ingalls Wilder's life, but it's not. So,
okay.
But I'm still watching it, and we are going to talk about it on Two Woke Bonnets, and that's been my Geeky Week.
Cool.
Well, in fairness, I mean, the Goths had dark shadows, so the Western fans need to have something. So I watched half of He-Man.
Okay.
And
Masters of the Universe.
Yeah. It
right?
Visually stunning.
I love this movie, dude.
Seeing all the characters and everything, but man, it's not
Some cringe. There was some cringe.
It's not a good movie. From what I've seen so far, may pull it around in the third reel. I don't know. Visually stunning. Skeletor. Love him. It's basically the only way you can do live action Skeletor.
But he's Jared Leto.
Can you
but
tell?
It doesn't sound like Jared Leto.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like him. He doesn't act like him. You can't tell.
Cast him.
That is a
Because
fair
he's
point.
a good actor.
Well,
He's a
okay.
good actor.
Okay.
However, comma, there are good actors that don't have the baggage.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair.
And quite frankly, he hasn't been a good actor since Dallas Buyers Club. Name me one good performance.
Well, I guess somebody missed Morbius, huh?
He did. He did.
He did.
So I do plan on going back and finishing it. I'm just not in a big rush because I'm worried that I got everything out of it.
I don't know if you were in the right state of mind for the movie, if you were thinking it was one way, but you got to realize how incredibly, stupidly, wonderfully silly it is, and it's fantastic.
Now there's a lot of that I agree with. However, I think maybe it's just the we're too cool for school. Like they committed so much visually, the sound of everything, but then they've got to back off and be like, oh, well, I mean, yeah, wow, what a silly name. Like, screw you, either own it or don't. You know?
Didn't love it.
Well, there is
They didn't
something
love
in the
He-Man.
third act about the silly names ish.
Yeah.
To me, it wasn't made with love of the original. That was my problem. It was fine, but I didn't feel like I liken it to Speed Racer. Both based on really stupid cartoons. But the Wachowskis loved Speed Racer, and that's why I love Speed Racer. Because that was live action Speed Racer.
And Matthew Fox.
I almost feel like the makers of the 80s Masters of the Universe loved He-Man more than the makers of this movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I remember asking you, because I didn't remember the specifics of it, but I was like, the way that they had Adam be, where he was kind of like, let's talk it out, guys, or he was kind of like, even like kind of a wimp, if you will, smaller than everybody from training when he was a kid. I was like, I don't remember that being a part of his origin story. And I remember asking, so it just felt like there were pretty fundamental characters to the main. Pretty fundamental changes to the main characters, like personality.
Yeah, well, sure, and you can get away with some of that if it makes sense in the overall scheme of what you're trying to do. Here's how I'll put it. There was this really cool restaurant here in Raleigh that had an absolute rockabilly theme. All of the staff was dressed rockabilly with the folded cuffs. The gals had Betty Page tattooed up, everything. The food, everything was like named after something rockabilly themed. The walls, all rockabilly, but they played top 40 music. So while you're in a rockabilly place and you're listening to freaking Justin Timberlake, and that's the thing, you have to commit to the gimmick. And they didn't in the movie. And that is my problem. Because again, they apologize like, oh, silly names, or wow, you know, like they're winking to the camera when they do that. They're pretending like we know how goofy this is. It's like, no, you're either in it to win it or not. Him explaining it to somebody and them being that silly, that's one thing. People acknowledging that their very universe that they've lived in, they should never comment on how silly it is because they don't know any better. Because that's normal for them. That's what I mean by that. But I do plan on finishing it, but with all of that, also watch The Odyssey.
Wait. Was your restaurant, was it Cherry Bomb?
Yeah, I think so.
Boom! Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the corner. They've got that like old school
Main
rap.
Street, I think. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did trivia there. I think I ran a burlesque show there once. It was just really cool, but yeah, they just couldn't freaking commit, and that's why they didn't last very long. But yeah, so also went to the theater and watched Odyssey. I loved it. I thought it was great. The visually, the practical effects and everything that they did, it was so freaking cool.
So
and
good.
I like the story that they told and the way that they told it. I like that it was all in so much of it in flashbacks. I like the journey. The stuff that was changed to me doesn't really matter because it kept the core of the story. Everybody just did a fantastic performance. And
But are you looking forward to the more historically accurate one?
you know what? I
Played by
think
Mel Gibson.
yes, I look forward to not understanding it.
Character
And for
real
some,
characters.
and what's crazy is how the Jews are going to be the bad guys in it.
Yeah, he was so accurate in Braveheart. I mean, I think he got at least 3 names right.
Oh, well, we know Caviezel's going to be in it.
He'll star as Helen of Troy.
Yeah, because he's prettier than everybody else, and of course, Kevin Sorbo as Hercules.
He'll write Hercules into the Odyssey.
Right.
He will. He'll figure out a way, and there's going to be a freaking Cybertruck in there.
Dude, freaking Grok's gonna write it.
Yeah, exactly. So Ride or Die, I've been enjoying the hell out of that series. I believe that's Prime.
No, that is
That's Prime.
That's
Yeah.
Prime.
It's written and created by ladies. It shows in the storytelling, the stuff that they talk about. It's basically like a grown-up La Femme Nikita, but like dealing with, stuff that ladies of a certain age would deal with. And it's fantastic. And it just with friendships and relationships and stuff. Loved it. It was funny. It's heartwarming. Still not happy that if there's a second season, one of the characters ain't coming back. But, and then the other thing has been kind of catching up on a show that is a couple years old now, and that's Silo. And I have been I've been enjoying the hell out of that. I'm I think 4 episodes in so far, and just loving it. And I'm not surprised because it's created by Graham Yost, the same guy who created Justified, which is one of my top 10 shows. So yeah, and everybody in it is fantastic, and it's just a mesmerizing story. Like, ooh, how's all this gonna work out and stuff? And it's a great way while waiting for Fallout. But that has been.
Is it complete? Like, is it?
I believe.
Done, or
I believe the books are right. The show is not.
The books are done. Yeah, the books are done.
Yeah, the show is currently just dropped its 3rd season, or is in the process of dropping its 3rd season.
I think they said the show's gonna go 5 seasons.
Drop you.
Okay, cool. I mean, the more the better. If it keeps up the quality, which I believe it will. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the only other thing that I have done is not necessarily geeky, but I cut off all my hair so I could see how the shape of my head, well, I can still grow it out if I choose to, although based on all the compliments on the shape of my head I've been getting, I may not. So, we'll just see how it is.
Besides, the season's coming up, and like Charlie Brown, you can be the model for the jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh, that's a very good point. So, yes, and now after this, I need to invest in more hats, obviously. But that has been my Geeky Week.
Cool. So, Absolute Superman 20, we get Hawkman and Black Adam in the Absolute Universe, and Black Adam's never a nice guy, but wow, he's really not nice in this. Absolute Wonder Woman 21, she gets to battle a Manticore. So, hey, there's a good time. Peril of the Brutal Dark. Peril of the Brutal Dark number 5 brings in Nazi robots, because why the hell not? Nice House by the Sea, we're at number 5. I think by this point in Nice House by the Lake by number 5, I was enjoying it overall a lot better. Maybe, but I trust these people because I like the first one, so I think by the time we get to the end, I'll be like, aha, this whole thing works, and that's fine. So, Season 2 of Batman Caped Crusader is out now. And so I have seen Season 2. Wow. Comic book purists are going to lose their goddamn mind when they watch this season. Because some things are going to happen. You're going to be like, no, that can't possibly happen. It's going to be great. I finally watched the movie Backrooms, Carol.
Oh, did you like it?
I did like it. However, I keep reading about how it's this like deep psychological horror movie. It's not a horror movie. It's not a horror movie.
Well, it has horrific things in it.
Sure, but like this is the horror and it's changed. No, this is not changing. This is not a horror. It's a psychological film. I'll give you that. I'll give you that because the weird things going on. But I did not consider that a horror movie at all. I found it to be a bit weird.
It or would I not like it?
I think you might enjoy it.
Because there's From, which is like psychological horror, I think, but then there's also like the Babadook. So like
No,
you
no,
can't always
this
win
is
with me.
no, no, no. Neither one of these things.
No.
Essentially, this guy finds that there's a wall in his business that he can go through, and there's these back rooms that apparently go on forever.
That contain memories.
Yes, yes. So there's that.
Yeah.
I also watched Disclosure Day, which is another weird movie. And Carol,
fine.
See, here's the thing. I found someone's review online that I think you're going to agree with this perfectly. They said that Disclosure Day is the second part of a trilogy where you didn't see the first one and the third one got canceled.
That could be. I hope he because this kind of is a successor to Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which I love. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I just feel it doesn't go anywhere.
No.
It seems like it's like the second movie of a trilogy. You're right.
Hey,
it is the second movie of a trilogy, and we're just treading water.
Where did Wyatt Russell go?
Yeah. That was. It seems like it's waiting for the another movie,
right? Which isn't going to happen.
No.
And Kevin is like, wait a minute. TV stations, don't they know there's the internet? Essentially, Spielberg wrote this like 30 years ago and did not bother to update it in any way, shape, or form.
And I don't know why he chose this. It's just
I don't either.
It seems very weird.
This was like, I think it's a misfire because I was like, I have no interest in ever seeing that film again. But my third weird movie that is weird in all the best ways possible is I watched Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Right? Oh.
A completely unrecognizable Sam Rockwell starts our movie off by walking into a diner, and he's got a gun-looking thing, and he's got a bomb strapped to it so no one does anything silly, and he informs the world that he has come from the future because tonight is where a new AI gets invented that in 50 years is going to ruin the world, and they have to stop it tonight, and he needs people from the diner to be part of his team to stop this. And it is a very weird movie, and it's incredibly funny.
Mm-hmm.
There's some very good action sequences in it, and I absolutely adored this movie.
So good.
It is. It's fantastic.
It was directed by Gore Verbinski, wasn't it?
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean guy.
Yeah. Well, Gore Verbinski, he also did the original American version of The Ring. Yeah. Gore Verbinski is a good director. He's a very good director. And he gets to show off quite a bit in this because there are some sequences in this movie that are just like, that's so weird, but it makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that ending, I love that ending. That ending is spot on, and really makes me hope. Kevin and I watched One Battle After Another, the DiCaprio film.
The DiCaprio film.
Yes, where everybody in this movie is crazy.
Yeah.
Every single person in this movie is absolutely crazy. It's a very interesting time. It's an interesting ride. You got to see it at least once, I think. But yeah, that was. And kudos to Sean Penn, by the way.
I hated him.
His character is an absolute complete asshole, but he is great in this movie. He is phenomenal. And since Kev is here and I like to, fill in all the gaps of movies that he might have missed over the years, we watched Night of the Comet. Whoa, baby! That is a great movie. What? You don't like Night of the Comet, Carol?
No, I do like Night of the Comet. It has a very young Chakotay in it.
It does.
That's right.
But before eating Raoul, yeah.
Yes.
Which is good. And since we did Night of the Comets, I'm like, hey, Kev, I know another one. So we watched Night of the Creeps. Tom Atkins is a cop.
Your boyfriends are here and they're dead.
Good news, girls. Your dates are here. What's the bad news? They're dead. Oh my
God.
Still. And Kev, at that, you have everyone has to laugh at that moment. That moment is great. And I'm like, Kev, when I first watched this movie back in the day, for a while, I answered the phone. Thrill me. I really did. I really, really did. And since I was like, well, we have to absolutely watch terrible movies because it's you and I, Kevin. Ready? Get ready. We watched Sleepaway Camp. because Kevin had never really heard of it and didn't know how it
None
ended.
of those deaths make any sense whatsoever.
Not in the slightest. The whole movie is just a piece of trash.
The
The
whole
flash.
movie is just waiting for the one decent scene, which is the last
Yep.
10 seconds.
The flashback where the kids are watching the two men in bed. I'm like, what does this have to do with anything that's happening right now? No, nothing has ever bothered to tie together. Yeah, it's really great though because I got to tell Kevin in my own personal way where I'm laughing on the inside. I'm like, Kevin, don't worry. There's still more nudity coming in this film. Because I'm thinking about the ending. What? And since
Although
we
it
did,
has a great line in it. Eat shouldn't die. Eat shouldn't live.
yeah, each should live. So we also watched Sleepaway Camp 2 Unhappy Campers, where Bruce Springsteen's sister takes over the role of Angela and now works at a different summer camp where she's killing people again. Cool. And there's a lot of boobs in this movie, which is probably a good reason it got made. There's a ton of the opening scene. There's so much boob happening in the opening scene. It's absolutely silly. We're probably going to do the third one, and we're probably going to wrap it up with Return to Sleepaway Camp, which ignored 2 and 3 and is made by the director of the original film and has cast members from the original film. It also has Isaac Hayes in it, playing the camp cook, and he is dressed as chef. It's kind of weird. It's kind of silly. Now, for absolute bad movie time, we watched Popeye the Slayer Man.
Oh, is that new one?
So there are currently like 3 or 4 Popeye movies where Popeye is this whatever killer. I think this was the first Popeye the Slayer Man. It is worlds better than that goddamn Winnie the Pooh horror movie. It is so much better because it actually has a somewhat sense of humor about itself. Like when the kids come to get a friend who's at the local bar or whatever, and they walk in, this guy is yelling at this guy, "Look, we don't give away burgers on IOUs." And he's got a wimpy hat and says, "Well, good day, sir," and walks out. I mean, thank you. You're understanding a little bit about how this works. It's not a great movie, but it justifies itself just enough. It's one of those things. I think if you like bad movies and crap of that nature, you should watch it. And you've really got to see it for the spinach, because apparently decades and decades ago, this company started using shortcuts and bad stuff, and basically Popeye is still eating this spinach, and that's why he looks the way he does, is because it has mutated him. And when he's done eating it, he will roll an empty can of spinach out, and that's the creepy thing. And it's a glowing green spinach, which is not good. But there are a couple of times in this movie where people are like, "Wait, do you smell that? It's pipe smoke." Now, I understand that pipes can probably smell different, but I don't know that I'm distinguished enough to be able to go, "Wait, no, that's pipe smoke," versus just smoke in general. I don't know.
It is a totally different smell.
Okay, I'll trust you on that. And today, Kevin and I beat Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh, congratulations.
This is a step in the right direction for the Resident Evil franchise. I enjoyed the hell out of this game. It was great. And when I say Kevin and I played it, yeah, essentially, okay, I'm playing, I die. Okay, Kevin, you play for a while. You die. Okay, now I get to play again. And we went through the whole game that way. Which is fantastic. So yes, I believe we finished it in 10 hours and 40 minutes. And at the end, you get 2 choices that you get to do. And that's the end of the game. So we chose the one that had the good ending. So the other one is apparently the bad ending, which now we don't get to see. So either I've got to go back and play to watch the bad ending, or go to YouTube and see what it is that I missed.
Yeah, go to YouTube.
Probably what I'm going to do. But they open, he opened up some interesting, stupid little other things to do, and I will probably enjoy it because it's cool. Oh, one cool thing about this is you've got 2 main characters. You've got Grace, this woman Grace that you don't know, but you also have Leon from, past Resident Evil games. Grace's game is in first person. Leon's sections are all in third person.
Clever.
It should be. And that would be my week.
The wonderful Billy Flynn looks at what Chad and Abby are up to now. If you know what TV show they're on this week, you could win yourself a prize. It's your further adventures of Chad and Abby update.
On the first day as a judge, Abby decides not to accept a plea deal after public defender Gabby argues that the arresting officer, Detective Chad, framed her client Belle for theft. After being pressured by the police chief, not to charge Stefan, Judge Abe instead forces both defense and prosecution to submit new evidence that contradicts the officer's testimony, allowing Belle to go free. And she then warns Chad never to lie in her courtroom again. DDA Brady is set to try a man accused of robbery who insists on representing himself and convinces the jury that his opponent is guilty. An ICE agent illegally enters Abby's courtroom to arrest the defendant, sparking a confrontation between the courthouse and the federal government. California's status as a sanctuary for undocumented immigrants. You know how that goes. Deal with it, all right? Brady discovers that the father of a young woman he's prosecuting paid a witness to lie on the stand, which puts him into conflict with the defense attorney. Because look, things never stay down when holy swell, entirely snowball, or basically crescendo.
No blasted letters today.
No, that's
Cop
the wrong
Rock.
button. I'm very. Oh,
It's Cop Rock, isn't it?
I need to do Cop Rock. I do. So let's do this.
You
There we go. That's much better.
Mail.
Hey geeks, Chad and Abby are on a show that still kind of frustrates me. They're on Otherworld, which got canceled, so they got stuck. They're never coming home. It's like they're a family of Sam Beckett's. They're in the other world forever. Was anyone else traumatized by this, or was it just me? Well, that's from Carol. I remember this, Carol, yes. I remember an interview with the guy who played the dad, who even said, well, we got to make sure that we're a hit, because otherwise we'll get canceled and we'll be stuck in the other world forever. Ha 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 ha. And they were. Hey, GRD. Thanks for the Sonic games. I will relive my childhood quite a bit with this. Also, if Sony is dropping discs, I am going to drop Sony. Because at this point, I should just get like a gaming computer, right? What are they thinking? Ooh, a gaming computer. Maybe I could play Shenmue 4 on it. Huh? That is from Austin. Well, Austin, yes! You would have a damn fine time if you did something of that nature.
Big Face is trying. Captain Big Face is trying.
He's been in the news quite a bit since you did that story. I find it interesting. I've seen a couple of headlines. It's like, oh, okay. Good for you, dude. So if you'd like to drop a note, please, it's podcast@geekradiodaily.com. Of course, a voicemail or a text message can be sent to us using the numbers of
510 GRT Crew.
See, that's how that works. And that's cool. So hold on a second, and we'll be back super quick, because that's the kind of thing that we like to do. And I'm talking so I can remember where this is. There it is.
A Whovian and a Nuvian walk into a TARDIS
and explore every episode of the classic Doctor Who series.
Join me, podcaster John S. Drew,
and me, writer-editor Jim Beard, as we take apart each story starting from the very beginning in 1963.
And join us on our Facebook page and Twitter, where we continue the discussion with you with historical artifacts from British papers of the time. The Doctor's Beard Podcast, released every Saturday around tea time on your favorite podcasting app.
And we'll see you in time and space.
It's Thursday night, and no one knows why the podcast is explaining human culture through fast food metaphors. Come play Jackbox with Geek Radio Daily on Friday, and maybe Flynn will stomp boldly into the discussion, clutching a coffee like it is a foreign artifact.
I mean, sometimes it's just what you gotta do. Just what you gotta do.
I'm not wearing any pants.
Geek News.
Taking a look at the world from what the kids call a geeky point of view. Silly kids.
A rare copy of the Antiquities of Athens, published in 1858, has been returned to Australia's Kiama Library about 150 years after it was borrowed. The book was...
I don't want to step on your joke, but man, imagine the fines and the late...
Oh, yeah. The book was discovered hidden inside a tea crate bricked behind a fireplace during renovations of an old home. Yeah, well, it was right next to a copy of A Cask of Amontillado. Library officials believe the book was borrowed shortly after the library opened in 1872, but the identity of the original borrower remains a mystery because lending records from that era no longer exist. Based on the library's original overdue fee, the theoretical fine would total about 28,000 Australian dollars today.
Wow.
Even though the library stopped charging fines long ago. Me personally, I'd probably stat them back up if that was the case. Despite decades hidden behind the wall, the book survived in a surprisingly good condition with only minor water damage. Rather than returning it to circulation, the library will preserve the historic volume as part of its local history collection. Which reminds me that I still need to return my audiobook collection of Where's Waldo.
God, the library policeman on that one. Oh my God.
Why did they break up the book? Was it that bad?
There's no telling, but they don't know who did it. They just found it.
Well, I guess I know where you're going on vacation, Carol.
Speaking of things going on forever, a small organ in eastern Germany is the headliner of the world's slowest concert. It's been playing the same piece of music by composer John Cage at a glacial pace for nearly 25 years.
What?
I'm not joking. It gets better.
It's like the Rocky Horror.
A rare chord change happened on Wednesday from 7 notes to 8, represented the completion of about 4% of the 639-year endeavor of the John Cage organ project Halberstadt.
Okay.
What in the
moment.
Douglas Adams is this nonsense?
It's John Cage. It was a historic moment inside the medieval Burchard Church, Burchardy Church in Halberstadt, Germany, that reflected the past, present, and future of the project, as well as those who are following its, albeit very slow, progression. As fast as our world is developing, I think it's a wonderful place to be and to come to yourself and just be touched by this being there, said Anneli Borgman, chairwoman of the John Cage Organ Project, Halberstadt's Board of Trustees.
And now it's become a Doctor Who episode.
Wow.
The composition, called Organ Squared / ASLSP, as slow as possible, is scheduled to finish on September 4th, 2640. The electric-powered blower system sends wind into the organ to create a continuous sound. A chord change done manually means that the sound of the organ pipes changes either because of new sounds or added or existing sounds end. More than 150 people squeezed inside the church Wednesday to witness what was the piece's 17th chord change, with dozens more watching a live stream outside.
And now it's become an episode of The Orville.
Wow.
The project has transformed the church, which was left largely in ruins before money was raised for the new roof and other fixes to make the place a reality. The sound there envelops visitors throughout the church and gives them a new experience to hear as they move through the empty space. Cage, an American avant-garde composer, was born in Los Angeles in 1912 and died in New York in 1992. He's also a time traveler. He was also a renowned music theorist, artist, and philosopher whose only direction for this piece was to play it as slowly and softly as possible. He initially composed it for the piano in 1985 and updated it for the pipe organ in 1987. It was reimagined into the 639-year project after his death.
Aww.
Inheritable final tickets for the September 4th, 2640 finale are already being sold for $3,000.
Wow.
Well, it's going to be so much more expensive later, so.
That's gonna be a bag of peanuts at it once it comes around.
What is that? Your great grandchildren?
I don't even know how to do that math.
But I want to know is, will they do a radio edit?
That would be lovely. That's crazy.
That was a good one. I get kind of like excited by AI that's not evil, right? Balancing the scales, etc. And yes, it's not generative AI, which we all know is the evil part, but this is just pretty cool, and I thought I would share. So, it's from Google. It's like, what is it called? Deep Mind, which is like, really, could you have made it sound any more creepy than that? I don't think so. But anyway, but it's an AI system called Weather Next, and cyclones, tornadoes, hurricanes, etc., can be a really big challenge to forecast where they're going to go and how they're going to move and where they're going to make landfall. Every hour counts, and the most of them can, be super destructive and everything. So, a paper that was published today in Nature magazine publication or whatever, so it's like a actual publication that like scientists
Mm-hmm.
have looked at the AI, right? um they have essentially achieved with the Weather Next AI model state of the art accuracy in predicting a cyclone's track intensity and wind structure. On average, they give forecasters a whole extra day's worth of predicted accuracy. Our 3 day forecasts are as good as what prior models were able to provide for only the next 2 days. This scale of improvement corresponds roughly to a decade's worth of meteorological weather progress. The collaborative work is like AI researchers and also engineers with Google, with the National Hurricane Center, the Cooperative Institute for Research in the Atmosphere, CIRA, which is funny because isn't that also a kind of cloud, or is it Cirrus? Anyway, and the UK Met Office, and lots of other weather agencies around the world. So, like, actual real scientists involved, and it's already had a real world impact. They were using it during the 2025 hurricane season, helped them to make a historic forecast for Hurricane Melissa by predicting the storm's rapid intensification and landfall in Jamaica. So, like, it's just kind of a cool thing if you think about it. Just with like a whole extra day, you could really make a big difference. So it's kind of cool. It's got all these models of like how it works and like what they're able to see. Because obviously, storms can move and change, but they're also looking at like all of this other data that's been fed in from previous storms and how they've reacted, right? So it bridges this gap because it's giving this one AI model aggregating from a variety of different like data sources and data modalities in the training. So, yes, I know. I'm not saying all AI is good AI, of course. That would be crazy. But like if it could help somebody be able to protect their home or evacuate or whatever, I think that that's a pretty good use. So these AI instances, like I said, where they're like feeding a whole bunch of data into it, and it's really kind of being able to digest and aggregate and do all of that. I think it's pretty cool, and thought I would share with anyone who has ever been in the path of a hurricane. Not fun.
Fair enough.
Sorry, there was no joke at the end of that story.
That's okay. Universal Pictures is bringing us a new Knight Rider. A Knight Rider movie that will be created by the creators of Cobra Kai.
Oh.
So that's interesting. Yeah, they're developing a script for a feature iteration of Knight Rider. But the guys that directed Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay apparently are the high choice to sit in the director's chair for this legacy action project. And I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot drive shaft. The original NBC series, created by Glenn A. Larson, debuted in '82 with David Hasselhoff as Michael Knight and William Daniels from Boy Meets World and St. Elsewhere, voicing the sentient robotic sports car Kit. Knight Rider featured all sorts of thrilling practical car stunts because CGI just wasn't a thing and certainly couldn't be done on television back in the day. Going through walls isn't my favorite pastime, but it sure beats socializing with a donkey. In the show, Michael Knight was a detective who became an agent for FLAG, the Foundation for Law and Government, which sounds totally real, and ended up partnering with the artificially intelligent, nearly indestructible Trans Am, the Knight Industries 2000, not a tomato on wheels. It would go on to spawn 3 TV movies, multiple video game releases, and a series reboot in 2008 with the late Val Kilmer voicing Kit. And another huge aspect of the show was the catchy theme song that Busta Rhymes would eventually sample for the song Fire It Up. And the 80s cyberpunk aesthetic was influential on the French electronic scene with acts like Kavinsky. I mean, this is cool, I guess, because we do still love Kid, but it's already had a few runs. Can we bring back other interesting 80s properties? I mean, like, what about a new gritty Hardcastle and McCormick? What about a nice trio of Riptide with Matthew McConaughey and Bradley Cooper and someone else I can't think of? Or dare I say, Automan?
Yes.
Well, GRD is licensed with Creative Commons Attribution, non-commercial, non-derivative works, United States, State license. Go check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. Stop by the website at geekradiodaily.com. Please send us a message at podcast@geekradiodaily. gmail.com, or the voicemail/text message, which some people do, and those are still fun and fantastic. And that number for that would be
510 GRD.
And we will see you in a week before DragonCon. Ha 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 ha.
Game over, man. Game over.
This has been the saddest excuse for entertainment I've ever seen.
Good night, suckers.
You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done.
Scat. Skedaddle. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Aloha. Bug off.
Today.
Okay, party people, I know we normally chat for a little bit, but I'm going to chat with the inside of my eyelids, and hopefully I will be more this week. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.